Hey everyone, and welcome to day 18 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Hostel movie review. Three tourists travel through Europe and stop at a hostel in Amsterdam to meet with some interesting characters. But will their trip come to a swift end? So as far as the story goes, Eli Roth directs this 2005 horror film that will want to make you think twice before booking a trip across country. When you first see these tourists enjoying nightlife and may want to experience something more, they decide to stay at a hostel and aren't worried about not having a good time. Well, you certainly won't have a good time once someone you know goes missing. This almost feels like the movie Taken, but with a Saw twist, which is what makes the concept of this movie sick. And not only that, we all know Eli Roth knows how to make a horror film, even if it's not everybody's, favorite horror movie in the world. And back in the day, when I first saw this movie, it had me prioritizing where I was going to be taking vacation. Just saying. As far as the casting goes, you've got Jay Hernandez, who I feel like, at times he can be a good lead and possibly level-headed too. I mean, I can use a guy like him when things go south because, let's just say, in this movie, it's a horror film, a lot of stuff, really, you have to be on your game if you want to survive because there's just so much going on between him and his friends who, seem like your typical arrogant guys who really didn't, think this trip through. And when they start to meet all sorts of people, like those girls that were in this movie, which were also annoying, I was just like, why would you do this, guys? And the guys were even worse for even believing in that. But I didn't think that this would turn into Euro Trip or something, but I guess it kind of did. So the things that I liked about this movie was that it did scare me quite a bit, especially seeing all those torture scenes, which did remind me of Saw, obviously, and just things that also made me want to close my eyes several times. I did not want to watch half the stuff that was going on in this movie because it was so disturbing and gruesome and intense. I mean, it was just like some of the crazy stuff that I had ever seen, but I mean, it works for a horror film. Now, unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that some things were just dumb, especially when no one bothered to call the cops, and then you're starting to think that maybe the cops are being bought off. Things are going bad left and right, and there's just a whole bunch of different stereotypes in this movie that made the characters even more ridiculous. So overall, I would say that Hostel, I'm surprised that it's even made into a trilogy because of all the different things that go on in this movie to begin with. But I guess it really does play off your fears. So thanks a lot, Eli Roth. You definitely scared me. So I would technically recommend seeing this movie. I still think it's a really creepy horror film and just really gruesome all around. So I would give this 3 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Hostel, and come back tomorrow for day 19 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.